Yeah, what up? This is the second episode. We actually had a first episode with Anthony, so
oh snap!
I was just here the other day, and yeah, we are here with the one and only MikeOSong, and yours truly. Yeah, these are gonna be random chats with awesome cats, and basically, it was an idea derived from different sources. I saw, I think it was deadmau5. He just started like doing coffee runs and stuff with random artists. I don't know if you saw these clips. I don't know how I stumbled upon them either. I don't even like really listen to a lot of EDM or any. So I was like, shoot, I have these vlogs, these episodes that I wanted to do called Random Thoughts. Yeah. It's like a lot of just things that are on my mind. Yeah, just like to talk about it, and then I was like, you know what? Why don't I talk about it with my friends? You know, just and stuff with the camera. I always felt like that was a little weird, so I never started it. Word. But yeah, it's always good to get another opinion on certain matters, random and like some serious, maybe to some, and then some just like ridiculously out there. Yeah, man, how you been, dude?
Been good, man. Just actually, I've been on a babysitting tip.
Yeah.
Hardcore. My nephew and niece are in town.
Dude, they're cute, man.
Yeah, they are super ridiculously cute. So I've been just chilling with them, / like allowing my sister to go do things like get a pedicure and stuff. Yeah, I've been just and I want to chill with them too because she lives in the Bay.
Oh shoot.
Yeah, so she's only here for like 2 weeks. That's why I'm like, all right, I don't get this kind of time like a lot. So I just been like slotting out whole days to just like chill with them and stuff.
Well, thank you for chilling with me today.
Yeah, man. No, I needed a break actually. I definitely needed a break because at first I was like, yo, I'll just babysit all week. And now I'm realizing like, oh my gosh. I mean, it's beautiful time, but
it's not easy, man.
Yo, especially with like the newborns.
Oh, okay.
Like, I mean, my nephew is, he's like, what? He's like 4 months old right now. Super cute, but like you just can't, when you can't figure out why, what they're thinking, because they can't communicate, it's just like a big old puzzle. Like, what is it? How can I make you happy right now?
Are you hungry? Did you poop?
Yeah. Is this milk warm enough? Is it cold enough? Let me make it a little warmer. Oh, right when you figure it out, you're like, oh yes. I got poop in my pants, and you gonna have to find it.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude. The niece is 2.5 years old, and she's in like a 1,000,000,000% cute mode right now. Like, it's the cutest thing ever. She's like my little action figure. So like, whatever I want to do, she's hella down with, and it's fun. Like, I'll do like helicopter with her. I'm like, you want to ride a helicopter? I'm like, all right, put on your seatbelt. And she's like, put on your seatbelt. I'm like, put on your helmet. She puts on her helmet. I'm like, put on your sunglasses. And I'll hella just be like, grapple her shoulders and be like, bring her up. It's just super like you're a little kid, and she's like, dude, I'm gonna hook you up right now. And then just spin her in circles. She's like, ah! Drop her. She's like, again. I'm like, put on your seatbelt. She's just like,
yeah, I'm ready. She does everything before you say it.
Yeah, dude. So it's just like, it's pretty awesome. Yeah.
That's awesome. You're definitely an uncle I wish I would my kids to have, growing up.
I hope so, man.
Did you see that? There's this cute little girl that's like going all over the internet, the little Korean girl.
Oh yeah, the mom's trying to train her to like stay away from weird dudes, and she's like,
you want a cookie? Yeah. No. All right, so yeah, shit. Let's just
get into it.
Let's get into it, yo. All right, so I have a bunch of topics you can pick and choose, or you can, if you have a random topic you want to just talk about, then this is all purely for the fun of it. It's not. These are never serious.
All right, word.
Unless you want them to be.
Okay. I'm down. Oh, this one's easy, man.
Which one?
Dude, what do you think, dude? Boom.
You know what, dude? You know why? I just added that because Anthony was like, hey, talk about food. Mike loves food. All right, let's go.
Go, dude. Food, man.
Top 3 foods.
Top 3 foods? That's really hard. All right. I think my number 1, no disrespect to my motherland, but I'm not going with Korea. I'm gonna go with Japan on this one.
Yeah, man, I feel you.
Japanese food is just
top of my list too. Yeah. Top of my list.
Japanese food number 1.
Yeah.
Number 2 would be Korean, but I don't have to eat Korean every day. Korean food is more like the comfort food. Like if I was like, just that day to day. Like, as a matter of fact, if I like for a wife, and if she was like bomb at cooking, and I could just hand pick what cuisine she would be ill at, Korean would be my top day-to-day over Japanese.
Y'all hear that?
Yeah.
Potentials.
Yeah, potentials, dude. Korean cuisine
food.
as a day-to-day. But Korean's the number 2. Japanese number 1, Korean's number 2, number 3 would probably be, damn, it's always a toss-up between so many damn cultures, man. I'm gonna list all of them just because there's no pressure right now.
All in 3.
Yeah, all in 3. I'm gonna list my all-time.
Alright, alright.
I have to put Chinese in there. I feel like Chinese sometimes gets a bad rep for all the bad representations of Chinese food. So people are like, oh, Chinese food, orange chicken, blah, blah, blah,
yeah.
same stuff. I'm like, no, dude, but the bomb Chinese food is extensive. Especially living in Monterey Park and Alhambra, like, the real Chinese food is still awesome, and you can't deny that. Dim sum, the xiaolongbao, the dumplings, come on, all the soups. So Chinese is tied with Thai food. Love Thai food. Thai food is just like the coconut. Oh, the coconut. And the coconut curries.
Dude.
The tom kha. All their style of fried rice, their style of spice is really amazing. All their noodles, all the spicy basil. Mmm. Yeah. But right now, at the moment, I'm in love with Peruvian food.
Peruvian food. Bueno was saying something about Peruvian food. Are you guys talking about the same place?
Oh yeah. We're talking about the same spot.
Okay. Yeah, I've never had.
Dude, oh.
Is it spicy though?
It could be. It doesn't have to be bomb.
Tight.
Yeah.
Tight. Good. I'd love to try it sometime.
Dude. Oh. There's this green sauce, right? I don't know what the green sauce is called, but the green sauce is like, I feel like it's a bunch of cut up like peppers. There's probably some guac in there. Maybe that's what makes it green, or some green avocados. There's definitely onions in there, some cilantro up in there. I don't know, and something else that makes it, just gives it this tang, and you just put it over anything. You put it over the rice, you put it over the meat, and that green sauce is just like gangsta.
What if you took that green sauce and put it on any other entree though? Would it be the same, or would
no, it'd be bomb.
It'd be like sriracha, right? Like it just goes with almost anything.
It's not as versatile as sriracha. It's a little more specialty.
Alright.
But could be used on everything. Like I could definitely just put that on rice and just eat that.
What?
Just that would be bomb for
rice?
sure. It's that good.
Huh.
Because it's a little more extensive. Sriracha is just like that sauce, but there's like a little bit of like, you can feel a little bit of what's inside.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, some texture up in there. So it's like, that's why you can just put over rice and you'll be good. Like, I'll be good at least. So Peruvian food, that's my current like, at the moment.
Dang, so we got Chinese, Peruvian, and what was the other one? Thai food.
Thai food.
I like spicy food,
Yeah.
but I can't really
That's right. I
take
remember
it.
that when I've eaten with you. Yeah.
Yeah, oh yes,
You're always
yes,
asking for
exactly.
Spicy. And I'm like, oh my gosh, spicy food is like my joy. But it's a double-edged sword. You pay the price later. Those would be my tops. Another obsession I have right now is ramen, man. But like, I think what's ignited it for me is other people. I didn't realize how much, at least in my social circles, everybody loves ramen, to the point where like, you know,
We'll go.
like where I wear my I love ramen shirt, and I'll make hella friends off that shirt. Literally, that's like probably my friendliest shirt. Like I also have a Red Hot Chili Peppers shirt. I have a Daft Punk shirt. And
Word. Okay.
There's certain shirts I have that make friends.
Oh yeah.
Like literally, like I'll make friends off of these shirts, and I'm like, I love this shirt.
Hey,
But-
nice shirt by the way.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Boom. This is another friend shirt as well.
It is a friend shirt. I noticed you didn't mention Vietnamese food,
I do love Vietnamese food.
but it's not on the top 3. Like, wouldn't make it there yet.
Why would I? I don't think I share the same amount of, because I do know like a handful of Vietnamese dishes besides pho, the obvious favorite, and I fell in love with the other ones. Pho is definitely at the top. If you have to talk about like single bangers, then for sure pho is a contender in the top 5 of all dishes in general.
Oh yeah.
But the other dishes in Vietnamese food, I would say I like the secondary dishes, the not as popular dishes of other countries, kind of beat it out for me.
Yeah.
For Thai food, like let's say pad Thai is like the #1, like duh. But like all the side stuff, I like actually more than pad Thai now. Once I delved into it, pad Thai is not my favorite anymore, you know?
Okay. Oh shoot.
But I don't feel like that with Vietnamese food. I'll get pho, and I'll try spring rolls, or like the bún bò Huế,
And then there's like the assorted meat stuff. Then there's like the rice paper wraps where you're just like, you know, And I was like, you know what? I still like pho the best, you know?
Yeah, okay.
So, sorry, Vietnamese people. I love you guys' food, but I have been to Vietnam. Another thing I've been realizing is like, dude, you don't really know that culture until you've been there. But at the same time, I haven't been to Japan. So I know that when I go, I'm gonna go in a couple months. I already know my brain's gonna be like,
Man. All right.
Dude, what about you, dude? What's your top?
Mine's
Your top
easy. Top 3, because I know every time I come back, and like my family knows this about me, I come back from any extensively long trip.
yeah.
I have to have my 3. I have to have my sushi.
Oh yeah,
Japanese,
you love sushi.
my pho, Korean barbecue. Korean barbecue. Yeah. So those would be my top 3. Italian used to be my 3rd favorite because I like pasta, just full of carbs and stuff. But yeah, after I started eating more Korean barbecue, I became more infatuated with that. I love rice. I think that's what beats out every other like carb choice. If it's bread or pasta, noodles.
Easy.
Rice is like my favorite. And then, you know, my roots. I love Chinese food too, but that's probably around the 4th because it's oversaturated in my life. I've had it so much, but you know, it is my go-to.
What's your bottom 3?
Bottom 3? It's anything
like
spicy, bro.
I take back what I said earlier. When I went to China and I ate in China,
I prefer Chinese food in America more than Chinese food in China.
Really?
Yeah, dude. I was like, whoa, this is like too powerful for me. Like, I'm not ready for this. And then I got food poisoning also.
That might have
tasted it as well. But that's the only country I've ever felt like that, where I'd rather have their cuisine back at home.
Back at home. Okay.
Should we go another topic or should we just go harder on food? I'm not going another topic.
Alright, we can switch.
Yeah. Okay.
So when I want to talk about like school and subjects, like, were you a scholar in school? Were you not a scholar? Like, how did you take subjects? How did you take it as a student? Did you kind of go to school just to go and pass so you can move on to the next grade, that kind of deal, or did you actually take it with intent to learn and grow?
I'll say it was more of like a means to an end. Kind of just like, oh yeah, I need to do this in order to get here in life. I was just kind of, you know, had that mindset of like, all right, in order to be successful in life, I need to get this grade, I need to memorize this, blah blah blah. And if it like piqued in my interest, then I'd be like, oh wow, and then I'd do really well on that. But otherwise I would just be like, nah, and I just I would try and get good grades just because I knew getting good grades leads to blah 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 blah. I was probably like that even throughout college, to be honest. So I kind of viewed school as like like a chore.
Oh yeah, no, me too. The way I took subjects was, if I could apply it in my future, and I could see it applied in future, like through my parents or you know, through my brother, then you know I would be more interested in that subject. So like subjects like math, they were only useful, and I only was involved mentally up until like algebra 1. And after that I was like, I don't need any of this stuff. So I was like kind of like passive with a D+ or a C- kind of deal. And then like English, I was like, oh dude, this is super useful. So I would pass them like a high B or an A, you know. So it was things like that really got to me. Safety first, kids. Yeah, it was funny because yesterday after I took Anthony to eat, like our conversations on the way back were like in food coma mode.
Dude. Man, umami's heavy for sure.
Yeah.
Alright.
What's your take on the education system in America?
Education system. I've just been thinking about the concept of like the content that they teach in schools.
Yeah.
And I guess certain things that are not taught that I think could just help human beings and society in general so much more, as opposed to just content. You know, right now, what is it, like math, history, writing will always be important. So writing for sure. I'm not saying math and history are not, but I think it's the context in which they teach it. Even history is like the way that it's taught in most, unless you have some, you know, I'm not discounting the fact that there's probably some like awesome teachers out there. There definitely are awesome teachers out there that are teaching it, you know, the right way. But I feel like the purpose of learning history, in my opinion, would be history is like sometimes you learn so you can gather data to make things better, and sometimes you learn things so you can gather data to not repeat the same mistakes. So I feel like that's the reason why. But you're not really ever taught about why you're learning history. You're like, Napoleon Bonaparte, blah blah blah, and what year did he blah 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 blah, as opposed to really having conversations about, like, you know, it's like, I guess it's really more about like essay tests in my opinion, more than like multiple choice. It's like essay tests would be more helpful in terms of, like, you know, why did this happen? Like, why is society going in that direction? Like, what do you think it was that caused that to happen? You know, and really understanding like human nature, you know, and like getting that from it. It's like just stuff like that is to, I feel, the ways that I feel like school could be taught better. So I'll start with bowling. And the first game, one of my buddies won. Second game, I won, right? And then we were talking about, like, he's like, oh, what's your approach, right? And both of us are not like hardcore bowlers at all. Okay. So we're just talking about our approaches at the moment, and like trying to figure this out. Oh, he asked me first though. He was like, hey, like, what are you thinking, right? And I'm like, I guess I'm just kind of like trying to get the muscle memory of just like, and I just told him like what I'm thinking of doing. I'm like, wait, what's your style? And he's like, well, actually my style is more on like, I want to just more than concentrate every single time about what I'm doing completely. I'll think about that, but really just get it more like to think about it unconsciously. You know, it's just different mindsets. And then as we're talking about that, we're like, man, this is the kind of shit that they should be teaching in schools. Like, just the concept, not bowling, but the learning concept of like, when you learn something, the concept of like imprinting like certain way to do it. Muscle memory and even just like pressure situations and when things will come out because it's been ingrained in your body, and just thinking about learning like that in general and how you can improve on things, you know what I'm saying, with skills, all that, like that deeper level of analytical learning of like how to get better at things, your mindset, even pressure situations, that's never taught in school.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? That's things that you need to figure out on your own. But imagine if they taught that, like a level of application to that in life. Everything in life that's applicable to. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking like, why don't they teach that kind of stuff in school, dude? If you were to learn that and apply that to any work that you do in life, you know what I'm saying? It's like golden.
You know, it would be tight though, cause like, dude, you're preaching to the choir, man. Like I've always saw the school system in that light, where it's like you guys are teaching, you know, subjects that don't really have any real correlation to people's like future. Like, say my high school goal was to get algebra 1, and then they needed another form of algebra higher than that, and I was like, when am I going to use an imaginary number? Like if I was interested in chemistry, you know, understanding atoms and all that stuff, but going beyond that and really understanding like chemical like combustion, if I was into it, then you know, let me choose, let me decide that. But I always felt like there should have been another course, and this thing that you're mentioning is a lot, really, it's just aligned up with my idea of having a course dedicated to critical thinking. You know, building people's mentality for real world situations. My favorite kind of like mind games are the critical thinking ones, the lateral thinking ones. Totally. You know, when people give you a situation that there's 2 dead people in a room, 1 man with a knife, 1 woman with with blood all over herself. What happened? You know, and then having students assess the situation, put 2 and 2 together, because that's what they say math is for. You know, to build critical thinking and problem solving. But I felt like if you give actual situations, people are more inclined to put themselves in those situations and become that, you know, the problem solver. And I was just like, yo, math is so redundant. Like, people don't like numbers all the time. Some people do, and allow, you know, by all means, if those people like it, then let them pursue that subject. But don't force people to be doing like crazy algorithms and stuff. I've been on this tip recently of like the top 2 important things in life. I think the #1 thing is human relationships. It's like your relationships with people. Like, if you're a master of that, if you're a master of human relationships, dude, that's, unless you're stranded on an island by yourself, then there's no use to that. But other than that, that's so valuable on so many levels. You know, there's that one article that was shared on Facebook, like the top 10 regrets of people on their deathbed. The #1 regret always is people who didn't maintain some of their relationships, some of their human relationships that they lost.
Number 2, like real close, not as important just because it's not a human connection.
Yeah.
But almost damn as important is problem solving. Yeah, man, like I feel like life is never gonna get easier, and a common mistake as people get older is thinking that you figured things out. Yeah, that moment you go, I get it, like I feel like that's, oh, you're going down a bad path, dude.
You don't get it, bro.
You're about to get checked. If you get hella good at problem solving and upgrade on that, like, dude, you're training yourself for the rest of life, because there's no way problems are not gonna happen. So if you get hella good at that, like, that's why I feel like it's the top 2 skills. Like, problem solving is super important. So if you're hella good at that, I feel like that's way more valuable than any kind of single piece of information. You should need to add some sort of critical thinking curriculum that, you know, addresses situations like
I will go back to school, man. There's this quote that says you start dying the minute you're born. That quote can be, you know, depicted so many different ways, but it is true. Like, your life is not forever, so it starts ticking the moment you start living. So I think your life is solution.
Education, man. Education. There's so many things that, that could have been. I wish I learned way earlier. I learned way later, and I'm like, man, certain people learn this on their own very early.
In the coding world, my brother taught me was everything is if and then. If this happens, then this will happen. If I do this, then this will be the result. If I didn't jump on this freeway, I wouldn't be stuck in this traffic. A lot of people aren't accustomed to that way of thinking, so I understand, like,
and they'll freak out and be like,
oh my gosh, I wish I had critical thinking in high school.
Once you realize life is about infinitely putting in work, you still haven't figured it out.
There's that article on a boy who went to school. The teacher's like, what do you want to be when you grow up? You seen this? She asked the whole class, what do you want to be? What do you want to be when you grow up? And every child wrote an answer. You know, an astronaut, fireman. And this boy, he wrote just one word on there, and he wrote happy.
Oh yeah, I did do that.
Yeah. She's like, I don't think
that's
you understand
real.
the question. I don't think you understand life. Like, literally, that kid. If this is a true story.
Wait, she said, I don't think you understand the question, and he said, I don't think you understand life?
Yes.
Damn, that's some real shit though.
Yeah, so like after I read that, I was like, yo, that's the best tip. And ever since I read this,
That's some good parenting right there.
years ago. Yeah, whoever taught him that, like, I want to teach that, pass that value on. Like, be happy, make that your end goal.
Man.
As long as you reach that in any point in your life, if you're happy, then, you know, whatever you're involved in life, like whether it be like, shit, I'm happy cleaning bathrooms, you know, if that's what it is, then shit, at least you're happy. There's nothing there's nothing negative about that goal. I feel like when people ask me, like, what do you want to be when you grow up, that is actually my answer. Like, I'm doing so many things in my life right now that are keeping me happy. I just want to be happy when I'm an elder. You know, pass that value on to my kid.
What is it at the moment? Let's say 3 things make you the most happy.
Well, the first one would be definitely making my family and friends, close friends, making my family and friends like proud. Yeah. Making them proud, and then, you know, having them be able to talk about you, bring you up, and like bring you around. You know, just be proud of you in general. So that would make me extremely happy, and that would be one of my life goals. Is continue to deliver. Sharing. Like, and it's not so much on like, oh, I got money, here's money. Like, you know, that's just giving. That's not really sharing. Sharing is more feeling that they deserve, you know, something, and you're able to give that to them. For example, students, they put in hard work, they deserve your teaching, your lessons that you give them, and so on and so forth. Like, those people that do something to deserve what they get, I feel like I can share that with them. You know, if you want to give me your time, I will show you my whatever. The third one, it is what you said is the one most important thing. It is relationships. Whether it be family, friends, or significant other. Those things make me happy, like having those things. Not so much as, you know, like what my number one value is making them proud. But having them, like, and being able to create new ones, that is such a high value in my life. And I feel like if I wasn't the sociable type, then I wouldn't, you know, be able to live vicariously through those people. Like, I wouldn't be able to see you on your travels and then like live that way
Yeah.
by not being there.
Yeah.
Then I would miss out on that
Yeah.
whole thing. So like having that network, having that the chance to have those
Yeah.
friends and see life at a different perspective is always like something that I will treasure. What's your 3 top things that make you happy?
Number one for sure is like quality time with quality people.
Thanks for being here, man.
Yeah, man. Dude, quality time with quality people is for sure my number one right now. Number two is kind of like constantly trying new things. Or maybe reviving old things even, but just like switching up day-to-days activities. Like I just started playing tennis again. Right?
Yes, you have.
Yeah, and I've been playing like a lot again. And that's something I haven't revisited since high school. I used to play in high school, but like I just play that. It's been fun to just like re-spark like that part of my brain. Started bowling with you and some other homies, you know?
Yeah.
But like that's just something brand new, but it's just fun to just like delve into like new things and be like, yo, this is fun. We revived ping pong again.
Yes.
Playing ping pong.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Just like a lot of different things that are just like, dude, this is fun. I'm with it. The true goal of all these things is really just to see like, it's like I feel like I'm learning about myself. I don't even think it's because I need to always be like, I gotta do something different every day. I think it's more of a like, through doing all of these things, I feel like I'm learning more and more about myself. And by doing these random hobbies, I feel like all these things like make me learn about my learning patterns, you know, my tendencies, you know? And I feel like by doing one of these things, it's applicable to everything, because I'm not just trying to get better at this one thing, I'm trying to get better at how I get better at things. It's just this personal journey I'm going on of just trying to attain things, like not trying to be anything but better than myself.
That's good, because a lot of and we're gonna be touching on this all the time, and it's because it's true. Like the general public, there's a lot of unmotivated people out there, lazy people out there that want certain things without doing certain things. Like when you hear a quote, it's because it applies to many people. A quote doesn't become a quote because it applies to one person. But this quote is for those people. You cannot get what you want by doing the same thing over and over again. You have to, to get a better result, you have to do better. You can't, just want something like lay at home like, man, I wish I had an awesome life. Like you go out and get it.
Yeah. Because there wasn't a critical thinking course in high school.
Back at it. Everything's a butterfly effect in this world. One thing happened and gosh, the difference it would make in the world.
Top 3. Third thing I guess would be sharing something. That I guess my take on sharing for me would be, it's sharing in terms of sharing something with someone, affecting someone with something that I recently experienced, not recently, just ever experienced, and knowing that helped that person so much. And the reason why that makes me really happy is because I feel like that's a big thing, especially when it's a struggle. Like if you share something about something you've been through, and you know that kind of may have been difficult for you to go through at a certain time, and you share it with somebody, it's like there's 2 sensations going on. One, it's like, dang, you made a person happy right now because you just helped them. But 2, it's like it just gave so much more purpose to your difficult time. You're like, oh my gosh, that didn't happen just so I needed to learn a difficult lesson. It also happened for the duality of like me learning that, but also like I wouldn't be able to help this person right now if I didn't have to figure that out and learn that. That just makes life in general way more like solidifying that whole concept of the universe is not out to get you.
It's all yin and yang, man.
Yeah, man.
You won't be able to appreciate the good if you don't understand the bad. That's
exactly
just what it is.
I firmly believe that you only get, if you want to get better things in life, you have to go through worse things in life. You can't put in the same expect to put in the same amount of work for A to get B. You have to go way harder.
If anything, if you're not experiencing something harder, you're sacrificing something.
Yes, exactly.
Like what we do, like a lot of people have heard this and they see it, but they don't understand. We sacrifice so much time with our families and friends, our relationships, everything that we have back at home to go out and share. And it's not something that we're like, oh, I hate doing this. Yeah, it's a give and take, man. It's give and take.
Yeah, man.
Oh, last thing that I've been hella thinking about conceptually in life.
Yeah.
You know the Bruce Lee quote? The strongest thing is like is the bamboo sticks that bend as far with the wind, but you can't break them. You can't break them no matter how hard you try. But they'll bend as so far with the wind. You know what I'm saying? I worded that nothing like how it's worded, but the bottom line is just the fact that it's like valuing the strength of bamboo, thinking about bamboo, of how it's one of the strongest materials, but you can't, if you just try and snap it with brute force, it will never snap. But it has the ability to like mold to the wind. Like basically, that quote emphasizes the strength of like flexibility and adaptation.
He had a very similar quote about water.
Oh yeah, be
know,
like water.
be
Yeah.
water.
Mm-hmm. That concept has definitely been huge. The concept of not being like, no, it should be like this though. Like this is how I should be.
Yeah.
And then instead being like, dude, it's so much more useful to be like flexible and learn how to adapt, because like we said earlier, like life's only gonna get harder. You know what I'm saying?
True.
But it's not a bad thing, because life is gonna get harder. But it's gonna, if it gets harder, which it will,
At least
you're getting stronger. But it's gonna get harder in order for you to produce better things. Life, man.
Life. Crap, then we'll wrap up this second episode. Thank you so much, Mike, for coming out with me.
Yeah, man.
And for everyone out there, make sure you guys follow and subscribe to Mike and all his channels that are gonna be around here. And as always, stay tuned, subscribe, catch you on the flip side. Peace.
Peace.